Whoa, what is going on, guys? It is Wrestlelamia here, back with some more news, and news we have. Oh dear, what is it with WWE and the 15th of April as they sent the internet into a tailspin today as they announced that a number of top WWE superstars have been fired from the company. This comes on the 1-year anniversary of the infamous Black Wednesday, where WWE released over a dozen wrestlers from their roster. The same thing has happened again, with so far 9 releases. But which ones were they? Well, join us now as Wrestlelamia looks at all of the names WWE have confirmed to release as of today. Be sure to subscribe and hit that notification bell for daily wrestling videos, and follow us on Facebook for exclusive lists. Number 1, Samoa Joe. One of the huge surprises on the list of released superstars was Samoa Joe. Joe had a great WWE run as he would win the NXT title on 2 occasions as well as win the US title whilst on the main roster. More recently, Joe was moved to a commentary role on Raw, a role that he received rave reviews from the fans for. Joe was also responsible for calling the majority of WrestleMania 37 just this past weekend, so this decision comes as a huge surprise to many. I mean, this guy was standing out in the cold and the rain with a stupid raincoat on. Yeah, this is how he bowed out of WWE, and WWE have put zero respect on this man's name. To think that we were excited when he got off commentary to think that he was making an in-ring return. How stupid were we? Anyway, since the release, Joe has tweeted exchanges with CM Punk shortly after it was announced. Joe simply stated, "They really should have never gave me money." This is after CM Punk put that Rick James meme of him ripping up Eddie Murphy's sofa. Number 2, Kalisto. Kalisto has been used consistently throughout the years and even won the US title on 2 occasions. However, his release today indicated that WWE simply have no further plans for him or his character, and it was time for him to go. Kalisto has a huge upside as he's extremely likely to find work in another top promotion in the US. Fans are even speculating that he could join AEW and even join forces with Rey Fenix and Pentagon Jr. And just before we don't end this video on every superstar can go to AEW, he could be one of the most likely. Number 3, Tucker. WWE also announced that the former one-half of the Heavy Machinery tag team Tucker has been released. Tucker had been struggling to find a place on the card since his split from Otis and the disbanding of Heavy Machinery last year. Now, it's clear that WWE didn't really have anything meaningful for Tucker, which ultimately explains his release from the company. I mean, this guy maybe had 1 or 2 matches and then was in the Andre the Giant Memorial Battle Royal. To be honest, I'd forgotten that he was even in the company. Hopefully, he moves on to better things. Number 4, Mickie James. Mickie James is a certified legend, and just this past weekend she did color commentary for NXT TakeOver Stand and Deliver's pre-show, so her release comes as a little bit of a surprise. It's unknown why Mickie was released, as she appeared to be on great terms with WWE and was transitioning to a role as color commentator. However, maybe we should have seen this one coming, as she hasn't even been used and WWE barely acknowledged her return from injury. Number 5, oh, this one hurts, Billie Kay. Billie Kay's release comes as a huge surprise to not just me but many fans, as she was regularly featured on WWE programming. The thing is, she was doing great things on television, and some fans were even petitioning for her to host WrestleMania this past weekend. Not to mention rooting for her to also win the women's tag team titles with Carmella. At WrestleMania 37, she had a great showing and even pinned former women's champion Naomi. Really, this one we're just absolutely scratching our heads at. She had everything. Great charisma, great humor. She wasn't that bad in the ring. Just bags and bags of potential just wasted. Number 6, Bo Dallas. Now, can you actually remember the last time Bo Dallas wrestled in the WWE? Well, we'll tell you now. It was around 532 days ago, where he wrestled at 2019's Crown Jewel event. Now, with that indication, it's clear that WWE couldn't find anything substantial for the former NXT champion to do, which obviously explains his release. There were rumors that Bo would be involved in one of the Fiend's storylines and maybe aligned with Alexa Bliss, but obviously, this is just rumors. Number 7, Chelsea Green. WWE reportedly had big plans for Chelsea Green, and there were even rumors that she would be joining forces with Mickie James to breathe new life into the WWE's women's division. Her release comes just a few months after she suffered an injury on SmackDown, which put her on the shelf for an extended period. Again, this is one that we're just scratching our heads at, as they never even gave her a proper chance at a push. The former Zack Ryder, aka Matt Cardona, made a tweet right after the news broke. was literally making a post about how this past year has been a blessing in disguise as the news of these releases broke. You will all be fine, work your ass off, create your own opportunities, and then tagged in his fiancée Chelsea Green. He also had another name for this day, as he also tweeted out, WWE 415 says I just fired your ass. Seriously, what are we going to expect on April 15th, 2022? Number 8. Wesley Blake. Wesley Blake joins the list of released WWE superstars, as WWE had been trying to find Blake something substantial to do after the disbanding of the Forgotten Sons, but sadly nothing ever surfaced. Hopefully he finds greater success in a different company. But just to remind you, Jackson Riker has a nice little push on Raw. Things went nicely for him. And number 9. Peyton Royce. WWE have also announced that Billie Kay's former partner Peyton Royce has been released as well. Since the breakup of the Iconics, Royce was placed in an underwhelming tag team alongside Lacey Evans, and she recently received a Raw Women's title match on Raw against Asuka. Fans are already speculating that the Iconics could reunite in a different company, which without a doubt would be wonderful to see. We're honestly scratching our heads as to why they even broke them up in the first place if they had no plans to follow up on it. Like seriously, with most of these, did Vince McMahon just wake up and put a clown mask on? Yeah, we get it, budget cuts and all, and you know, there could be other reasons why these wrestlers have been released, such as not having any plans for them. But really, some top talents like Samoa Joe, Peyton Royce, and Billie Kay, they were gold for the WWE and they just wasted that opportunity. Now, as of this video, hopefully no more have been released, but we'll keep you updated in the comments down below. Wrestlers who have been through this before last year, like Heath Slater, also offered some real compassion and advice for these superstars who have just been released. He mentioned, "I know it sucked, I was there 1 year ago today, but don't worry, keep your head up and keep moving forward. You are all so talented." Renee Young even wrote, "How do you drop the ball on Samoa Joe? How? Injuries aside, what a mistake." Yeah, couldn't agree with you more, Renee. We just hope that nothing happens to our main man Aleister Black. We hope that they utilize him well. As a nice little send-off, WWE wished all the aforementioned superstars all the best in their future endeavors, meaning they just hit copy and paste. I'm not sure what the future could be for all these former WWE superstars, but I definitely would love to see Samoa Joe in either Impact or AEW, and hope they use him a little bit more respectfully than the WWE have ever done. Let me know in the comments down below on which was the worst firing for you personally. As always, subscribe if you haven't already, and I'll see you next time with some more wrestling content.